Welcome back. Are you ready to venture back into the deep? Unveil that in which life you hadn't lived? For strife doesn't come without cost. Remember not to be blithe, for this moment may be real. May it be your mind, may it be your soul, may it be your body in full. No matter the vessel, you must still accept responsibility for what you owe, for what you are, for what you've done. Remember not what you did. Remember not in which was the cost. Remember the outcome. Remember your thoughts. The way they swirl in your mind. It all is with reason. But reason is an explanation, not an excuse. The feeling which drags you down from inside, may it be grief, may it be guilt, may it even be the result of a mind that's too powerful for its own cage. It is but a feeling. Feelings pass, feelings grow, and feelings develop. You may not forget, but you may heal. What you remember, what happened, and what is perceived may not tell the new story. But the story never ends as long as you breathe. So take a step back and have a stab again at life. Retell the story if need be, edit, revise, but do not be absolved in your code. Do not be lost to your memory, and do not dissolve in expectation. Enjoy closure, my static cats. To reopen our scene to the likes of B, Jens, and 007, you three had just walked through this massive, cascading metal door from the observatory, the one that used to belong to a familiar friend. You had left the creature outside in which had been calling you, which had been repeating, "Hey, fellas."
No!
For that metal door to close behind you, and the sound of, how you say, low jazz starting to come out. Of course, this is you entering the casino. This is you entering the place in which felt so familiar. Around you see broken tables, you see broken desks, you see cards strewn across the entire environment. One thing that really sticks out to you is that all the way off in the distance, there's a massive stage, and upon this stage, you can see dripping, pooling blood upon a roulette table that seems to be snapped in half. It's a bit more calming in this nearby area. It's much more quiet. It's ambient, if you would. The only sound you really hear is a gilded coin, one side with a spider and the other side with horns, as it lands completely upright, knocking over the hourglass in which you had remembered seeing earlier. The hourglass breaks, and sand begins to spill on the floor, as the coin sits upright on one of its ridges. Far off in the right, you can see bathrooms that seem to be ransacked and taken over. Far off to your left, you can see an entranceway that leads to other floors of this massive casino. Ahead of you being all of these gambling tables, and all the way off in the distance being that aforementioned stage. I ask you what you would like to do now.
Alright. 07 is just start walking towards the stage as its only thing of interest. May I roll to see anything unusual from the stage?
Is the pulling blood?
I was about to say, I won't make you roll because there seems to be this massive pool of blood in sort of mulched up flesh when you approach the stage. A violin bow, keys on a piano, just strewn across broken instruments as well. But most of all, you see this roulette table that seems to be perfectly broken down the table, resting on top of this stage.
07 is gonna go towards the roulette table and see what could possibly cause the giant table to break in half. I'm gonna inspect it.
As you would inspect it, something you would observe about the table is that there's sort of this thick bone edge. It's, how you say, peculiar. The table itself doesn't seem harmed. It's actually a really clean break otherwise. But there seems to be this bony edge on it.
You wanna go? So there's a bony edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
To this rim or
On the rim of the roulette table. It follows up and down it where it broke. Sort of like shards.
well, obviously 07's kind of just looking around, trying to figure out what happened to this place. Is there any other place except the bathroom and stage?
Not particular. Well, there would be a bar off to the right of the stage.
Something tells him, something kind of just forces him to think about this bar as he starts walking towards it.
As you would begin to walk towards it, this bar seems to be ransacked. You can see broken bottles and things of that sort of like nearby it. One moment. As some of the liquid is even strewn across it. Though, the closer and closer you get, you can feel this sort of heartbeat faintly in your chest. It sort of beats in and out. And when you look down at the bar once more, you can see this stained sort of wood. It was once really nice and high quality, though now it's missing a couple of things. The stools strewn across, left and right thrown around. The glass is shattered into little fragments. Me trying to stall for time to pull up the bartender ref I'm looking for.
Well, 07 is gonna find. Is it all the stalls, all the chairs broken at the bar?
They aren't necessarily broken, rather thrown across the room, as you would have to pick one up and manually place it.
He will pick one up and manually place it and just sit there looking at the bar and seeing if there's anything that's still not broken. And so starts tapping the table like for bar service.
Give me 1 minute, please. Where the fuck are you, dude? I cannot stall for time for shit. Dude. Oh my god, he's just gone from my refs. Okay, I'm gonna have to...
If you want, I can describe what the machine is doing in the meantime.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. As 007, God Bless the Queen, stepped away toward the stage, the machine would, his twinkish form now, give a long gander across the room, taking in the whole scene. Whether it be a fancy-ass bar in the corner, the jazz that was coming from quite literally buttfuck nowhere, the stage dripping with blood, or... what's this? The machine would focus his head down toward the hourglass. More specifically, the coin that lie near it. Could you describe a bit more about the placement of this coin in this hourglass for me?
When it fell when you entered the room, the coin had landed atop of the hourglass and knocked it over, only for when the hourglass itself fell, for the coin to roll off and land on its ridge end, sort of planting itself beside the sand as it began to pool and pour out, as this coin was just maybe a couple of inches away from the broken glass, stood on its ridges on its side.
Now this sand from this hourglass. This is going to be a reach, but a check anyway. Does it appear to actually be emptying? Or is it perhaps an infinite loop of sand just coming out of the hourglass? Perhaps never ending.
Fuck. Oh, why are you paying attention to small details? As you would begin to observe it, you would count mentally in your head for just 1, 2, 3, as it does appear to seem to be never ending. It doesn't seem to deplete necessarily, not until the sand sort of files its way up the glass. Sort of how water drips out. Once the sand piles up enough to cover the hole, it stops pouring.
The machine would look at this, and then for a moment turn back to the door behind it, if there even is a door there anymore. What does the machine see as he turns around?
You see this sort of thin wooden door, not like the one you had walked in. It's furnished wonderfully. It looks brand new. It's not coated in dust. It's not covered in scratches.
It's in fact covered in my hand as I'm going to reach out and give it a tug.
You would jiggle the doorknob a little bit as it seemed to be locked.
Jens, now currently the machine, would hum out in curiosity before looking back over across the room, not speaking to anyone in particular besides those who might be close enough to hear. It would appear we have been displaced in time. Perhaps space.
Walking over to the machine, the vampire would give one look at this door before attempting to cast a spell.
As you would raise your hand, you would feel that chaotic surge through your body, that adrenaline that you knew so well. As
I try to stop him.
nothing.
Oh.
Huh.
Yen's arm
works.
would reach up to grab yours as you went to cast this spell, before stopping short of seeing nothing happened. Before speaking.
Look at my
Or at
hands
least-
a little bit. Oh, yeah.
That is my best hypothesis.
I look
We
at
might
I
want
look
to
at my
do some more
hands as
investigating.
nothing comes out. What? What? Huh? What?
This unit believes you attempted to cast a spell. This is correct.
Jay,
I
Candor.
tried.
as you're looking over and as he's speaking, he doesn't have fangs anymore.
Oh no. Twilight is canceled this year, guys. Sorry. In fact, this unit would be one to notice you more often than not carry fangs, do you not?
I went around to try to observe if I have fangs by feeling not just canines. What? What is this body? Do you know anything of this?
Unfortunately, I'm unable to scan at the current moment. I'm uncertain of why. However, this unit deduces that we are in some sort of magical muting zone.
You feel
Perhaps
you
one
hear
which has...
something, a different voice than either of your threes. 07. As you're sitting down at the bar, this sort of figure would appear out of the side of your vision. They would be not very tall, maybe in the 5'3", 5'4" area. Their hair was white and black, sort of differently colored as a plume of white smoke gets blown in your face from a pipe. They would end up starting to speak as you can hear the whick, whick, whick of a glass getting wiped down with a towel. What can I get for ya? Been a while since I seen you here. Maybe have to be a year and a half now. Therefore,
Wherefore you speak of? Who is this? Wherefore? I do not go by that name.
You don't know who you are.
No. These other two fuckers over there are losing their goddamn mind. I'm perfectly fine.
Therefore,
I've never seen this place.
would you look behind you when you motion towards them?
Yes.
When you look behind you to motion towards your allies, you wouldn't see Candor and Faith. No, you would see a bustling casino environment with multiple people gambling. You see people raising their hands, throwing glasses. You see cards being thrown in the air as a bar fight starts to happen to your right. Don't you remember now, therefore?
Give me a moment. I'm gonna reroll.
Please, roll sanity for me. I see.
Oh, wait a minute. Now it's coming back to me. I remember now. I remember. He
I just
stands
have a
there looking
curious
straight.
I have a curious
Yes.
question.
Yes, mate.
You would watch as the bartender in front of you, Mr. Oni, or by his last name, Seraph, he'd begin to pull up a bit of a glass. No, he would put that glass back, sort of nodding his head left and right as if in debate. Instead, he would pull out this thin metal flask with a red top on it. As he'd pull out a bottle of pure scotch and pour it in there. Do you know what self-sabotage truly is? It is not the fear of falling short. It is the fear of standing tall with your whole heart invested, only to feel the floor vanish beneath you. You do not ghost your growth because you doubt your strength. You ghost it because the last time you believed, the ceiling split like a mouth and swallowed your faith whole. You rebuilt once with trembling hands, and the weight of collapse taught you a cruel superstition. Never trust a structure that requires your whole devotion. So you stopped laying foundation. You scatter flowers across the rubble and call it home. You trace patterns on the broken walls and call it art. It is easier to decorate ruins than to risk living inside something that might betray you again. But hear me, the ruins are not sacred. They are only the echo of your unfinished attempt, not the tomb of your becoming. To tend the rubble forever is to mistake your scar for your entire body. Yes, disappointment is sharp, but it is not death. Death comes only when you choose never to build again. Even a shattered roof teaches you something of the sky. Even the collapse proves you had the courage to rise at all. One day, your hunger for wholeness will outweigh your dread of another collapse. And when it does, you will begin again. Not as naive dreamer you once were, but as someone who knows the language of broken beams and fallen stone. You will craft a dwelling that remembers every fracture and still dares to stand. For you were not made to be a curator of ruins. You were made to be a builder of worlds.
He
Man's-
stands there.
Go ahead.
Stands there. Looks at this man. Now, if his face contorts to rage, anger, and confusion, he looks at you. The fuck do you think that goddamn means to my bloody head, mate? As he just gets up. There's fucking people nowadays. And starts walking towards one of the gambling areas. completely forgetting you poured him scotch.
As you would stand up and walk away, looking back, you wouldn't see the same sight. No, rather, you would be yelling back in that void where, off in the distance, you see your two allies.
You would look at these allies, not remembering at all who the fuck they are. Almost if they've never met. And then he looks back towards the bar. Is there anything there?
There would
Or
be
is it still
a flask of liquor.
he would start going towards his allies or friends, knowing what his family would. He begins to walk out of defiance of his previous dreams and aspirations. He begins to build, renew. Of course, always drunk. He starts walking towards his new friends.
Hey, do you know how to open this door?
He looks at you, looks at the door. Look, how many hinges does this fucking thing have?
3.
3.
Top,
He
middle,
starts
bottom.
patting himself, pulls out this new gun he has never seen. He looks at it like, where the fuck did it go? And he starts patting his left side. His usual cater and smile disappearing instantly through a 1,000-yard stare as he keeps patting his left side, missing a certain item, something of importance.
Looking at the frantic drunkard, he would give him the squint. Just, hey, something ain't right. I'm missing something. He's missing. Candor's missing something. Do we all agree that we're missing something?
Who the fuck are you, mate? Who the fuck are you supposed to be, mate?
I look in disbelief as... Are you going schizo? You remember who you are. You've always been the same, even when you're drunk. What? You... And bother was this?
Oh, wait a minute. I know that fucking attitude. You're that son of a bitch!
Yeah, you're the one who cut off my arm.
Alright, I'm fucking done with you. As he starts patting himself and grabs some tools from a belt. I'd like to start unscrewing the fucking hinges and start to manually open the door by brute force.
As you begin to undo the hinges, you would feel something on your forehead. As a metallic clang would ring out against the floor.
I look down. What is
Directly in front of your shoe, you see this thick, gilded coin. One side, a spider, and one side, a pair of horns. It's landed ridge up.
The machine could see this, correct?
Yes.
The machine would look to this and then peer back to the other coin. Should it still be there?
It is not.
Well, you're gonna have to repeat yourself. My mic randomly unplugged.
It is not. The second coin is gone. Or the first coin, sorry.
Gentlemen, if I may. This unit can clearly deduce that we have been brought here under some sort of trickery. It is very likely that we will have to work together to find an unconventional means in which to escape an illusion. Even myself, I do not appear to be entirely as I am or was. May I... May I roll sanity?
Sanity? I thought it was called obeisance, but sure. Roll your sanity.
Actually... You know... Could I barter you something?
I will listen.
If I could stall for a moment to pull back up a bit of a relic in terms of character sheets, would I be allowed to roll obeisance for Candor to investigate the body he inhabits?
I will humor you. As you're pulling up that sheet, I need to go pee-pee.
Go pee-pee, my guy.
Yes. Always mute.
I forgot that Candor's character sheet is named Breaking News. Giant robot steps on parked 60,026
Holy shit, you're
Ferrari
bugging the
G
fuck out.
Tallahassee.
I hope you know you were bugging the fuck out when you said that. You were being the fucking microwave.
Fuck!
So he was wrong. This situation would count for lucidity.
The city seems to be departing.
It all goes to fucking hell.
Also, yikes. 4 nat ones. I just saw the fucking clear roll. Look.
Here's
It's in
Nothing
dice.
but
It's
twos.
in dice rolls.
Alright,
There's
I
4
have
nat ones.
I have returned.
All right. I'd like to elaborate on what I'm trying to roll for here, just to make sure you're okay with it.
Yes.
I believe this would call for lucidity. I'd like to roll for Candor to make sense of the separation between himself. And, you know what? Never mind, actually. This is way too much of a reach now that I think about it.
No. I understand what you're going for, and I'm going to need you to roll me obeisance.
I'm not entirely sure that I feel comfortable with it now that I think about it,
Okay,
because
that is
I don't think he has enough evidence to deduce this.
Okay, that is fine.
Can I... okay.
The machine
Can I
would
do-
simply look down at his own arms. Okay, before you continue, I need to fucking do something I've been trying to do for like 40 minutes now!
Do something.
The machine would look back over, not giving too much thought as he has no evidence to his more flimsy human arms as he recognizes them. He would step over toward the hourglass. He would tilt that bitch, the cracked side, upwards so that it is no longer spilling out. And he is going to pick it up and cradle it. That is all.
Okay.
I'm gonna continue with the hinges. He doesn't give a fuck about the coin. He's gonna continue.
Okay, you may try. Is B doing anything?
Can I roll lucidity to check on the coin itself?
You may.
Sorry, nat on. I discovered nothing.
It's made of gold.
Yeah.
As they make their futile effort to attempt basic carpentry, the machine is going to step toward the stage with Father Time in hand.
Okay.
The stage is, as I assume, still pooling with blood. Has anything changed about it?
No, sir. Nothing has changed about it.
The machine is going to look at Father Time in his arms. He's going to look to the crack within the hourglass, and is going to look down. And in a purely experimental moment, he's going to reach into the crack. I assume it is shattered enough where I could get fingers inside, yes?
Yes.
He's going to reach Jens's fat little stubby fingers in there. He's going to take a few grains of sand, like a pinch, enough to reenact that one meme with the guy who looks like a millennial and he spills the salt everywhere. And he's going to sprinkle it down onto the blood.
As you would, what would end up happening is the sand would spread across this blood, making it shine a little bit, almost like glitter on water.
I'm then going to... There's the machine. Oh!
As when you would look down, it was as if you pulled no sand out at all.
Alright, confirmed. Infinite sand. Operation Sandcastle's a go. The machine is going to then look over toward Zabar. Is that glass of tequila still sitting on the table? Or, what is it? Scotch? Still sitting on the table.
Oz, you didn't take that, did you? You did take it.
No, I did not take
You
it.
did not take it. Yes, that flask of scotch is still there. It's a little metal flask, the type you carry around in your shirt pocket.
Alright, John Mechanics is going to step over toward the bar. And as the machine steps over toward the bar, I'd like to throw it back to see what the hinge team is doing.
As you would look over, it would actually be almost perfect, as the bolt inside of the hinge on the bottom would finally pop out as the door began to creak slightly.
Finally got that door open.
You blood. Mate, there's still a bolt. Alright? I'm only halfway there. As he gets up, and is all three hinges open now?
Yes.
Alright. He would start to look at the main doorknob assembly. Can I roll education?
You may.
Oh, that's weird.
As you would look just slightly into the keyhole, you would see it completely blank.
Completely blank. Does it look strong enough to hold up to a blast?
No. No. This is just a wooden door.
And are there screws on this keyhole
There's
holding
not.
it there?
Seems to be more embedded
Well-
in the door.
Well, he's gonna go back towards the broken poker table. Or no, he's gonna go and find one of the stools at the bar, thinking, oh, if I just hit hard enough, it'll give away.
You may.
While he's doing that, can I just mule kick it? Like from the bolt? Can I just mule kick the door?
Go ahead and roll me musculature.
You mean
Forgive me,
He's a-
resilience.
yes.
While he's doing that, could I ask you a little question?
What's up?
Follow up. So that blah, sparkling shit, did anything happen to its composition? Did it maybe start to decompose, shrink, maybe fade away, evaporate, etc.?
No, sir, but the sand would absorb it. Like sand would in water. It would start to get, like, saturated.
But the shit did get sparkly.
Shit did get sparkly, yes.
Like-
Oh shit, we're not adding bonuses? Okay,
Normally.
sorry.
Okay.
Mr. Faith, as you would proceed to mule kick the door, you would feel something snap, scuffing your shoe as you kick inward the door.
A little harder than I thought. I think I got the door. I think I got the door open. As he looks around, where are you exactly?
He would say all the way. Oh, you did? Thanks.
Yeah.
As he would look back towards the man at the bar.
I get
Is it a machine?
drive a place
That one.
I
You.
haven't
Oi.
been.
What are you doing? One at the bar.
As you look over, as the machine would be at the front of the bar now, and he would look to this flask that had been placed down by this mysterious stranger, which, as I understand, he is no longer there.
Correct.
Ah, yes, disappearing barman. Very interesting. He's going to unhook or uncap the top of the flask, and then recap it and walk away. No, he's going to uncap the top of the flask, and then he's going to knock it over onto the table and step back.
As you would knock it over on the table, the scotch would begin to spill out slightly, sort of staining the already dry and saturated wood, as it would begin to pour out more and more, eventually slowing down in its flow. And
As it flows, he throws some sand on that bitch.
as you would throw some sand on that bitch, you would pocket sand the liquor that was draining, as it would start to carry the sand onto the floor, giving that same shiny, bleak look as the blood, as it began to saturate the sand, again absorbing little bits of it and making the individual sand molecules bigger.
Just testing a hypothesis for the moment. However, I am uncertain if it is correct.
All right.
He would then look to the
But-
fucking hole in the hourglass.
It's completely full.
It's full?
It's completely full.
Oh, it's completely full. Okay. Do you guys mind if I take a liberty here and just go and do a thing?
Go ahead.
I really want to keep pouring sand on shit. I don't know how I got here in my thought process, to be frank.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go back towards the door that Faith kicked in, and try and see if we can open it and see what's on the other side.
This machine would step back toward the stage as they do this.
Before we scene
wait, who's
change,
going
I'll
first?
I'll let Jay do some stuff before we scene change.
All right.
All right.
The machine would step up towards the stage. He would walk up to the stage with his hourglass for the sun. And he would then step over the fucking table with the bone in it. It's a mini bone, yes. There's still bone there. The bone has not disappeared, such as a bartender. Very good. Wunderbar! Okay, so I'm going to spin the hourglass around. And I'm going to whip. I'm just going to start pouring out sand onto the fucking. I assume that the sand is regenerating at a lesser rate than I could just pour it out through the crack.
So you're just turning the sand to its side and the hourglass to its side and pouring sand?
Before I do anything, just a momentary question of, like I said, is the sand regenerating at a rate faster than I could pour it out?
Are you pouring it, like, on its side?
I'm just pouring that shit out over top of the bone. I'm gonna see if it has any effect on the bone.
So you're just taking the hourglass and turning it on its hole, right?
Yes, I am doing the equivalent of turning my cup upside down on top of the
Okay.
waitress.
As when you would do this, you would notice sand would begin to drizzle out, first in this big clump before it would, like an hourglass, begin to funnel out slowly. materializing from thin air. It didn't even seem like it was draining. Rather, it got that signature funnel shape as a little hole in the middle of the sand would divot, and it would begin to endlessly go.
Did it have any effect on the bone?
When it lands on the bone, it sort of sticks onto it. This slightly wet texture of the bone. It wouldn't do necessarily anything special, per se. Would you like to stop pouring?
No. Keep pouring sand on that bitch.
Alright, you keep pouring sand on that bitch.
I'm gonna keep
It
pouring
continues to
sand.
build.
Does anything advance as I put the sand on the bone?
It continues to build up on the bone.
Seeing nothing anomalous happen, the machine would decide it is time for the Candortism to stop. The hourglass back over.
When
And as he tilts
you
it back
would
over...
stop pouring.
Oh, no.
When you would look down at the shape in which you had created, the sand pooling up on the bone and some of it sticking due to its wetness, when the sand would brush off everything that didn't stick, as it would fall to this floor on the side of the flesh in the table. The sand that sticked on the bone would spell out 3 words. Hide and seek.
Now, the machine would look at this. And he would say, "Oh joy. I love games." He would then turn toward the door area before saying aloud, "My company, I fear we are being hunted in some way, shape, or form.
What?
Actively.
What?
The machine would step off the stage and then move over toward the group. As he got closer, he would then speak again. "I said I believe we are being hunted in some way, shape, or form. In a way we are not currently aware of.
What did it say?
Hide and seek.
Are we
Rather
fucking
creative
children?
tanager."
Why are we playing hide and seek? I'm just trying to get out of here, man. I gotta go back to the bar. A live bar, at least.
I would reckon you didn't
How
ask
does the
to
cave
play.
door look?
Oh, well,
How does the caved-in door look?
it's not necessarily caved in, rather, the doorknob is broken off and you slightly bent the door inward. You still have to open it.
Alright, therefore, it's gonna simply just kick it down like how SWAT do. And just enter.
Roll me.
Just straight just.
Roll me strength.
He's right in progress.
That resilience?
No modifier.
Replay.
Just nat D-Hun.
Right.
Okay, that's 92 is the strength.
Jesus.
I'm just doing.
Okay. As when you would
Oh.
kick in the door, you would be hit with this immediate cool air, successfully breaking off most of it as you get to feel this deep beat in your chest. When you look inside, it is cool. It is... You can visibly see the frost from the air temperature changing from going from a warm, sort of wet environment to this cooler, foamy environment. Inside, you see that this is a meat locker. You can see on hooks cuts of beef that have been strewn across and hung up. You can see on the floor places where these meats have been bled and sort of left out. You can see where pigs have been put up on their feet and filleted at the neck, under the arms, and in their arteries in order to let them dry. can't see very far in the room due to it being pretty dark. But this sort of frost hits your legs and spreads out for a couple inches from the door.
He looks at this meat locker, kind of unsettled as, who the hell puts a fucking meat locker right next to a casino? Fucking idiots. Anyways, he steps aside and gives a noble bow towards Faith and edges him to go in. And also, the robot, too.
Looking at this meat locker, is there meats I could identify?
Pork, beef, as was described.
We would put this much meat right next to it in a fucking casino. It won't stink. As he looks at the other two.
Therefore, would just shrug his shoulders.
The machine would be staring dead ahead with a blank expression on his face. Pions, could I ask you, what did every point in a certain stat in Pershell Zero count for?
We are not adding bonuses.
We are not adding bonuses? Okay, I need to reroll then. Alright, that'll be for him. Right. The machine would look ahead and immediately feel something horrifically off about what was in front of him. Something so overtly strange that the only logical conclusion was to not go anywhere near this freezer trap of death. However, something secondary poking at the back of his head, something a bit less logical, a bit more emotional, would pipe up and overwrite this. As he would suddenly look more confused than concerned. This unit agrees. It is strange that someone would place an ice cooler in a location such as this in a casino.
Well, are we going in, mates, or are we just gonna sit here and twiddle our fucking thumbs?
Since
What's
you
the plan
tried
of action?
Since you tried for so long to break down the door, this unit does not see why we should not explore further.
As he says, he reconfirms his noble bow and edges y'all to go in.
There's a machine, of course, being the tank of the group. Naturally the tank of the group. The fucking tank of the group. Yeah, the tank of the group would walk in first and foremost, stating, "I will carry up the front. Step behind me. I will serve as shield."
I'll take up the rear as the person with the gun. As he gets this crazy look in his eyes once again.
He gives a nod, but can't help to think, bowing? We've met before. What? He starts to get that strange feeling, but he doesn't have a source, or he just looks insane if he expresses his thoughts. But he follows the hunk of metal.
Therefore, Pitt follows him in the rear, pulling out the lever action in his hand.
The machine would lead the group into the meat locker and give a quaint look around the room for any spaces of note within it. Obviously, there is hanging schmeat. However, anything like doors, desks, utensils, and tools, etc.
As you would walk inside, your feet, all three of you, your legs would plant in the door as, again, this cold air it would sort of blow across you as the door behind you would close. Now being this large metal door, the same door in which you guys had walked in previous.
The machine would look backwards, and he would see this. And he would say, "Oh no."
It's shit.
He would nod toward the door.
shit.
Attempt to get it open again.
Therefore, instead of going towards the door, is there another exit to this room? Or even light?
Peering around, you can't see more than 20 feet in this darkness, rather just shadows of hanging meat.
He sparks an idea in his head. As he starts patting his back, looking for a specific item, and he looks down to himself. Wait a minute, am I always this tall? As he just shrugs and says, well, my idea is done. I don't have anything.
As the fire clears up from Ozzy's head, Faith would again try to do a spell, trying to shoot it across the endless beams, just for it to be like nothing.
You look like an autistic kid trying to try out Spider-Man's superpowers.
What the fuck?
Wait, do that again. That's awesome. As the machine would approach the door, and with all of his metallic might, grasp onto the handle and attempt to give it a good old tug.
It was cold. It was frozen as your hand begins to go
The machine
slightly
would
numb.
notice this chill as he would pull his hand back and look down at his wait, what the fuck? Hold on a second.
Your
That's
hand
not
had
bad.
no shine. Your hand had
The machine would
frost
look down
building
at his
on it.
hand. And
Veins. You saw fingernails.
It was what?
You saw knuckles. You saw calluses. You saw grooves in your hand that outlined the veins and the tendons. Flesh.
oh dear. Appears I've cascaded with the downfalls of flesh. For shame, he says as he would try to dust away any of the remaining frost on his hand, and then look down at him. What the fuck? When did I get this hoodie that I have tied around my... Whatever. I'm gonna shove my hand in my pants to warm it up.
Describe Jens's
So I
cock.
shove my... Describe what?
Therefore-
Describe Jens's cock.
We see his hand slip beneath the jockstrap of his pants, and we do in fact not see Jens's penis.
Shucks.
Oh.
Missed on kick, kid.
Oh,
Well, as both of them having their equally bizarre adventure. Therefore, obviously being tired and kind of cold at this point, is gonna start walking down the hallway to see if he can find an exit or anyone that isn't these two fucking idiots.
Beginning to walk
Yep.
down, you would feel as your footsteps would plant against the metal floor, just making that clank, clank, clank. Your harder shoes making it echo just a bit outward as you notice something a bit peculiar about one of the pig carcasses. There's a branding? No, it actually just looks like a regular cut, like a scar, as it outlines LM. It's circled, and it's a bit in a fancy font, if you could describe it that way. But underneath it, you see a little shitty, cheapy drawing of a skull.
He
You
looks
know
at
that
this.
business.
He looks at this. Obviously, some kind of branding for some kind of meat business or something. He knows about this. He's really puzzled that he's never recognized it. But nevertheless, that seems usual. regular, standard. This kind of business. And he starts keep going. He doesn't stop. He looks and keeps going.
What about the two people behind him?
At this, look at this realization moment of just truly how bizarre the situation has just become. He would look back at the big metal toaster as he's starting to have, as the big metal toaster is having uh-oh moment. He would call out, "Hey, you doing okay?"
Big metal toaster would turn over as you would perceive it with its hand sitting right on its groin. In fact, his hand is in his pants still as he looks over. No. I am under the impression that I am no longer in my body. This is quite troublesome given that there are many advantages to being made of metal and not flesh. This unit may need to take some time to get used to his new form. Or deduce how precisely he received it,
Hold on.
he would say, as he would look over his arms again.
I would walk over to the big metal clanker, just to intentionally just step on the big metal boot.
Ozzy, I'm gonna need you to consistently check your Discord. Your
Alright.
Discord. As when you would walking back from whence you were, you would step on his foot as crunch. You feel Jens's first two toes pop as oxygen is released from his knuckles popping.
What?
He just stepped on your foot.
Okay, yeah. Are you attempting to imply that he broke my toe?
No, I'm saying your toes popped, as in, like, the way you crack your knuckles.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I basically stepped on it with
Yeah, I've just never
with
seen that
my-
happen before in any scenario, but I gotcha. Okay. Question becomes, with this, is he still looking at a toaster?
One moment. Yes.
You would see, so Jens would look up to you. He would meet your eye, but what you would see is the giant machine looking down to you and meeting your eye, as he would simply go, "Ow." I assume you can perceive what I mean now. I am flesh, yes?
Oh, okay.
You do not seem very convinced of my predicament.
Well, I didn't mean to step on your metal shiny ass boot.
It was, in fact, not metal.
Should we? What?
Oh, he just goes, "It was, in fact, not metal."
Well, either way, we should, head towards before we lose somebody. I think we already lost somebody.
Should he wish to walk off in one direction randomly, so be it. However, I would not mind giving chase to him.
In the distance, you might not see him, but of course you hear the steps as going. And he stopped. Looks to his right, to his left, confused and puzzled. Who the hell is talking to him? Doesn't have anyone nearby. Fuck is going on? Oi! Yeah, you! Who the fuck are you? He looks to his right and sees black figure. What? And then he stops and stares. Oh. Oh, hello, Steven. How you doing? I didn't see you there. Wait a minute. Where the hell are we? Thanks. Where are my companions? I was just with them. He starts looking around. And why do I have my gun in my hand? And he puts it away. Steven, tell me. Are they behind me or in front of me? Ah, fuck. Well, we might as well just keep going on. We've always just been together, right? You got me, right? You see anything in the distance? Yeah. Anything? Really? Interesting. He starts walking towards what Steven has ascribed to. I would like to inspect this.
As you would
What do I
continue
roll?
to walk forward, you would begin to see the faintest shadow in your vision, walking past another pig carcass, another piece of rotting cow, another piece of, how you say, jamon string. As eventually in your vision you would see these two faint red eyes. Fur would slightly unfurl as it is now visible in your sight. Hey, I don't remember
He
you.
would. What do you mean you don't remember me? I just got here, man.
You just got here?
Who are you?
The hell you mean you don't know me? I know everyone in Blost.
Blost. Look. The fuck you mean, Blost? That shit was gone.
It's still here. It just became a fucking hell yard.
Would I recognize this man?
As you would step forward a bit into the light, just the visible distance of your basically dark vision, you would see this figure in this sort of, how you say, balled up hoodie that reached up to his fur. You would see the casual pants as, again, this black fur would be sort of matted, it would be dried. You would see pieces of flesh and meat inside of it, frost building up on the tips of it. Those two red eyes making themselves apparent and glowing, revealing the rest of this sort of skull mask. Long white claws on black hands, black legs. This was Loki, therefore.
Oh, I remember you. Didn't you not have us fucking fight to the death at some point, right?
I weeded out weak people, yeah. People who don't have a place.
Good to see you, man.
Blost.
Good to see you. Well, do you know any fucking exits to this place, or are we just here?
Exits.
I just came from behind us, around like 150 yards or feet.
You're trying to leave?
Yeah, I don't know. I just woke up here, man.
Oh,
I need a fucking drink.
wait. You're one of the hiders, aren't you?
Wait, what? Fuck! As he pulls out the gun and he aims it towards Loki. We don't have to do this, all right? I don't want to shoot you.
Go ahead.
All right, I like to roll sharpness.
You absolutely may.
Huh?
You absolutely may.
Bless him. I got 19.
As you would fire off this lever action, what would end up happening? How many shots are you firing?
1. It's just buckshot. 10 gauge.
As you would do so, your gun would be pointed down, just randomly. Therefore, you wouldn't be able to see this figure that was pointing your gun down. As it fires off into the ground, as Candor and Faith hear and see this in the distance, the flash of the gun being bright yellow and illuminating the entire area, as when in this singular moment the entire area illuminates, beside the cow and pig and different carcasses that were on meat hooks, just for the flash of a second, you, my dear, saw several corpses in a circle around you, standing. As it goes dark once more, and as Loki's red eyes disappear. Candor,
You
Faith,
said around
you just
me.
heard a gunshot.
The machine would snap his head over to. We need to move. He will not be
Move
safe on his
now.
own.
Let's go.
And Candor would start ball rushing his way toward the gunfire. Funnily enough, doing his robot sprint with his shoulder on the left slightly urged forwards, kind of stomping along, even though it looks rather goofy with Jens's physique.
Faith?
I'm just sprinting towards wherever the gunshot was. Anytime you hear gunshots, it's end up being horrific. Hey! What the fuck happened?
Let me ask the question.
What's your
The bodies
question,
around
soldier?
me, or the bodies around me, and Loki's eyes disappeared. Did I see the figure who put down my barrel? Or is it just
Roll Sandy.
not there? Sandy, okay. Minus 20.
Switch back to
Well-
07 for me, as you would see the likes of Steven.
Steven! The fuck, man? I was in danger, man. I thought you had my back. Really? Why? You can't fucking explain that to me? No shit. Fuck. As Steven starts speaking and tells him truths, he puts the pistol back in the holster, grabs the improvised pipe bomb behind him, and starts running back, trying to get back with his squad.
As you would, Faith, Candor, you would both feel as Faith, you would trip on a pile of conglomerated flesh. It didn't look like chicken or beef or pork. It looked like mulched up, ground, some kind of meat. You would slightly trip over this and continue running as you would shoulder into 07.
Shit, what happened?
What do you mean what happened? I shot my gun.
Gunfire.
and I
What
told
was
him
that?
to Call to fucking run.
And why exactly did
think
you
we're
fire your
safe
gun?
I'm glad I get to be a seeker again.
Shit.
Where'd that
You
come
would
from?
I'm
both
going-
recognize that voice of Loki.
I'm going to assume that is why you fired your gun.
Yes. I believe so. I don't
And he came from that way.
Yes. The way I just ran.
Then let's go any way but that way. As
Yeah, I do
what
agree.
other directions do we have?
You can go to your left, you can go to your right, you can go back, you can go forward. To your
And
left,
which way specifically did he come from?
forward from you.
Candor's going to snip a right immediately and start gunning it.
I'm gonna follow.
I'm gonna
pull up my map. So you would be about.
follow also.
Okay, so you're about 60 feet in that way. So that tile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Did it feel around if I have anything?
What did you have on B when you entered the session?
I would start to feel around before realizing I have a blade. What I'm not gonna question it. At least I have this now. As I have it in forward grip, just running with the blade. Better to be armed than unarmed. Let's get it moving.
As he runs, the machine is going to take the hammer, which is significantly lighter than he remembers, off of his back, and wield it as if it were a hammer. If you catch my drift.
07, not knowing, only was told to run. He will just continue going. Yeah, I didn't fucking know, man. We're going. Don't worry.
Give me 30 seconds to go use the bathroom, and then we'll continue this scene. You can interact a minute between you to each other.
The machine is, as we run, going to look over toward 07. Who is it that you are speaking to?
Oh, you don't see him? Really? As he looks
Not at
to his
all.
right, as he looks to his right, you see if he would start to script. Oh, he's just a black figure of a smiley face and white eyes that speak to me. He's my pal, Steven.
That wouldn't exactly have anything to do with what you shot at, would it?
Well, you see Steven here blocked my fucking shot and I shot the ground. Fuck you!
And why
Well,
exactly did Steven
Was it the
pull
guy who got
arms
the voice
for
or what?
Loki?
Let's say that again.
And why exactly did Steven pull arms for Loki?
I have fucking no idea, man. He does what he wants.
What the fuck?
Joy.
You know, I gotta admit, man, this is an unlikely team-up.
Shit. As soon as this voice is heard out,
You've got to be kidding me.
07 stops. Dead in his tracks. You feel not just the pipe bomb in his hand, he switches it to the left hand, and he pulls out the gun. Where the fuck was that voice heard from?
All around you.
Fuck.
What are you doing?
As-
We need to keep moving.
No.
Move
no,
on.
No, you won't understand, mates. I gotta go. As he would start,
You really don't.
he would, of course, keep running with you, but constantly looking around. Record, I like to roll to look around to see if I can find this man while running with him. What would it be?
Just roll me a flat roll, would you?
Well,
56.
yep.
Yippers?
Oz. As
Yeah.
you would look around, as 07 would look around, as their 4 would look around. What are the other 2 people around doing? Are you 2 still running?
Oh, we're still running, all right.
I'm running with them, but
He
just looking.
stopped.
Yeah, I stopped. Yeah, completely.
Okay. John Robot is going to skid to a halt and turn over before yelling out, "Why are you stopping? We need to keep moving!"
No, I don't give a fuck if I die. There's someone I gotta fucking kill.
Hearing that, he's the third to stop, having like a skid major halt. He's just being like, "Come on, you may have a grudge, but this is bigger to settle. We don't want to die here."
Therefore, not giving a fuck, would point the end of the barrel towards your fucking head. You got a fucking problem with me? Huh? I'm gonna go find this man, kick his fucking ass, and have some fucking fun. As you see a smile, Raccoon, did my roll get anything?
You did not find anything.
Well, he's not gonna go follow them. You went right. He's gonna turn left 90 degrees and start heading in that direction. Alone.
If he seeks to endeavor to his own death, then let him. If this is a game in hide and seek, I suppose, he says as he turns toward, Faith. We may want to find a hiding place.
Yeah.
And then,
Let's get this move on going. This is all
John
just
Metal
a
will
game to
nod
them.
to him and start moving further down the hall in the opposite direction of Jimmy Bombs.
We will continue with Faith and Candor's perspective for the moment. What would end up
Alright.
happening is, as you two would continue along, a very alarming noise that, Candor, you remember very clearly.
What do I remember about it? What is this noise?
Hey, fellas.
I was about to say, if you say hey fellas, I'm gonna fuck your ass. What direction is it?
As you're beginning to run, you see a shadow of a bit of a burly man as you run up upon this. He is slowly approaching, stepping forward.
I see. Let me roll some sanity.
Let me roll sanity also. Oopsie.
Oh my god. Jens
Interesting.
Brinstead, you might be stupid. But, by the way, these double sanity rolls are for Conscious Clash, to be clear.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. He would look over towards this and immediately start, the machine would immediately start assessing the situation, compiling an image in the back of his head of what he should be looking for before he then begins to back away from whatever he is seeing, as immediately some form of terror takes him over. Other way. This unit, we need to move the other way.
Okay.
And he would immediately begin sprinting in the other direction.
Yeah. I do one of those turns where I kind of just crouch to the ground before doing a sprinter start again.
So your original direction was right, and you started heading straight from that direction. Where are you heading now? Moving right would lead you back to where you came from, and moving left would be in the direction of where their four had come from.
What about forward? Forward is the way of the Shadow Demon, right?
Yes.
I guess he's gonna just start going back where he came.
Okay. Faith?
I'm following the big hunk of metal.
Come on. I haven't gotten to have an arm wrestle with you yet, Candor. As the voice begins quieter and quieter, as you guys run back to... Now we're hopping over to 07 perspectives.
Alright.
What are you doing in this moment?
I'm obviously blinded by rage of some sort he doesn't understand. He wouldn't be frantically looking for the person who said those words. That familiar tone, that familiar voice. Fills him with rage. Gives him an itchy trigger finger.
So
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Are you just walking into the darkness?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just fucking walking with a pipe on my left hand and a shotgun on my right.
As you would do so, you would hear this abnormal sound, unfamiliar to you. Well, it would be sort of glitchy in nature, as on your right you see this luminescent red sort of floating portal. As reaching out of it would be this sort of reddish hand covered in leather, these spiked gloves that had runes on the fingernails, as emerging from this portal of some kind of nature would be pure red glasses and curling horns. You know who this is. You know damn well who this is.
As the minute this man sees this portal, he turns around, looks at him, pure hatred. Hatred that would spit. A hatred that would never fucking die. Some reason. 07 would lift pipe bomb, strike the starter, as it would start to spark in fire. This fuse would start counting down. 07 would go 1, 2.
I don't think you understand how hide and seek is supposed to work.
And he does not give a fuck, and he throws this pipe bomb at this.
As you would see as a flash of gold would take your pipe bomb and it would fly off into the darkness, once more exploding as you see flesh get spread across a nearby area from one of the meat hook animals. But also, in the far off distance, you see a light brown wooden door, not unlike the one to the casino. It'd be about 120 feet.
I'm gonna take a mental note of that.
You may.
And he's just gonna put the fucking gun away and put up his fucking fist, ready to go.
Oh, you can't be serious. In this small vessel, you really think you can, therefore? Try me.
He just looks at this man. His hatred. All this hatred building up. He remembers. Hawk. Bartender. Getting up now. Saying new roof. Getting built. He looks down at himself in this new form. Realizing, oh, they haven't had a problem. Traumatic injury. Nothing. He's simply gonna put his fist down, give Tipple a fucking middle finger, and run towards the door.
You're just running?
He's just bolting. He does not want to fight Tipple. It's not his form. It's not his fight to give. He understands now what he meant, what the person, the bartender meant.
Sorry.
But of course, as he runs, he's gonna fucking do a lever action shotgun thing and just shoot behind him. Because fuck Dibble.
I'm doing the autism hands.
Every 20 steps, every 20 feet, bang! Bang!
I'm sorry, I'm doing the autism hands right now. I'm sorry. As you would do so, this is... Wait, is my... As you would do so, what would end up happening is... This is when... Jay, Potato, you two would see the explosion as you hear the laughter of a voice you regret hearing. As you begin to see in the distance a shadow running. You two would also see the door as well as the flesh explosion as Tybalt yells out,
What the fuck?
As he gets shot in the right eye, you see it completely spread out. You see bone fragments fly as he stands still for a couple of seconds. This is where Candor and Faith pull up.
The machine would skid to a halt as his head looks starkly forward. Those big, glowing eyes focusing on his favorite fucking bouncy ball of a tiefling. How does Tybalt react to seeing, John Forklift?
Are you serious? He ran? Therefore, Rockchugger ran from me?
He's holding his right eye, the coin in his hand falling to the floor as it lands tail side down. He doesn't even acknowledge you.
And then you just hear in the distance, "Fuck you!"
The head of the machine would tilt forward and down. Those glowing eyes focusing rather menacingly onto the devil. Sorry, hold on, I'm drawing a blank. What the fuck is the name? Tybalt.
Tybalt.
Tybalt. It seems you found a way to get yourself into trouble again. I sincerely hope this unit does not need to put you back in your place once more.
Hey, look, man. We already have plenty of fucking history. What do you want me to do? Suck off Edwin? Jesus
Indeed.
fucking Christ.
We need not make any more.
No,
I understand you have some part in this game of hide and seek.
I meant to be a seeker.
You will enlighten me on the rules of this game, or I will turn you into a stew.
Look, look, dude, I can't do this. Candor, you know I can't. Come on, man.
Can I punt his head?
You could try damn well.
Wait, where is he?
Hold on,
I didn't get a good positioning.
Let me hit him with something. Let me hit him with something.
So, where's he?
The shutters on Candor's eyes would narrow to a distinct squint, as you would see them blink to red. The rules. Now.
Okay.
Still holding his bleeding eye, Tybalt would sort of mask it a bit, taking the coin from the floor and shoving it in his now non-existent eye in order to stop the bleeding, as it would sort of fill in and begin to mold to his flesh.
Okay, look, you guys are the hiders. That means you should probably hide from us. We are the seekers. We are. There's many of us from your old life that are trying to find you, and we need to.
Hold up. Old life?
Tybalt would
It's all beginning to make sense again.
As Tybalt would say old life, you would acknowledge it. And as you would look at him once more, go back to hell. As what would end up happening is the very same red portal that Tybalt had stepped out of would appear down the middle of his face, stretch outward, as he would stop speaking, as he would stop breathing, and as the portal would disappear, there would be a thin line down the middle of his face, as both halves of his head would fall to his shoulders.
What the fuck?
The machine would gaze down upon this before looking at his arm.
Reckon?
Yes.
Would I see this as I look back to shoot my like third shot?
You would.
He would stop. I was like, and I'll let you guys keep going. I'm just telling what record I'm doing.
It would appear we've been dragged into a reincarnation game. Not dissimilar to the demon himself.
Would I start to
What?
disillusion this illusion of a metal clinker?
You would begin to notice as when you look over to your associate, he would not be as reflective as you remember. He would be a little bit shorter and definitely maybe a third as thick.
Who the fuck are you?
My best theory
You're not
states that
Kendor.
I likely do not know who I am. Nor do you. Jens would say as he points a finger toward Faith, or is it Faith at present? As Candor focuses intensely on the visage of this person.
As you would intensely focus, your eyes sort of narrowing in the moment, you wouldn't see this tall, thin, lanky vampire. You would see this shorter, stout, wide man with massive forearms of a butcher.
As I thought, we have been dragged forward to lives that are not our own. And now we are forced to solve a puzzle with the demons from the past.
That message
Might
would
I
be
add.
in your head from when you had heard in your past life. Live a life that is not yours to live.
Yen's head would turn down in ponderance as Candor considered the situation.
You would see in the distance a flash of a gunshot. Once more. Not directly at anything, but directed upward. Almost to come.
We don't have time. Run now towards the light.
Do you just take off running?
I take off running towards where the gunshot was shot off. This doesn't seem right. Nothing seems right. It's just everything fell off. Now to
Jens
relive
now
the
with his-
consequences.
Now with a stronger stance, would look over towards where Tybalt's body assumedly lies. Can you remind me what the last thing he said was before he got zeroed?
Do either of our other compatriots remember?
9?
Man.
Really?
Would I be able to roll for it? Because I don't know, I wasn't focusing too hard on specifically what he was saying. I was just trying to process what he'd already said.
What Tybalt said is... I'm debating making you roll. You can roll for it. Roll for it.
Alright,
what
what am I rolling
modifier?
on?
Just give me a flat.
What?
Are you rolling for? I'm trying to figure it out. My bad.
Do I be an asshole DM? Because y'all weren't focusing.
No, don't do it.
Well, I mean, we weren't focusing, so it's fine.
I kind of want to be
I'm gonna be
that
pissed,
guy. So what Tybalt
Do it.
said
Candor
last
would not
is-
be able to recall what
No,
Tybalt
no,
had said.
because I'm giving it
Oh,
to
okay.
Potato. I'm giving it to Potato. The last thing Tybalt said was that there were many other seekers, and then it was I can't remember. Fuck. I can't remember.
Oh shit.
Spectators,
Tell me about
spectators on
past
stream.
lives.
Do you guys remember? DM me
Well-
on Discord if you guys remember on stream.
We
I'm
gotta
sorry,
get the.
guys. Hold on.
Something about past lives and
Oh,
how we
right,
are
yes,
supposed to be
thank you, Oz,
seeking-
thank
Yeah,
you, Oz.
'cause he said-
Yes.
Thank you, Oz.
You're
what
welcome,
it was
buddy.
is that he said that there are many other hunters from your past life you lived.
Wait, and then he got zeroed?
And then he got split.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought he said anyway. Okay, yeah, cool. Actually, I didn't complete the roll, so Candor doesn't realize this. He would tilt his head down, not correctly realizing what he had said, before turning over and hang after Faith. Or whoever Faith was at present.
Alright, I'd like to describe something real quick. Are they coming towards me, or...
I'm coming towards you.
Oh, no, I'm a raccoon. Or do you want to describe, you want to do something before they get to me, or are they just getting to me?
Do you have anything to say while they're going to you?
Not really. I'm just gonna, let's
Then I
go
will say
describe how...
something.
Alright, go ahead.
I suppose it is of my faith to describe a little what's happening. I would be remiss, I would be of guilt, I would be of lesser ability if I was not able to. I am Loki, as many of you know, the man who contracted your little leader. I am not even above a Seeker. I don't even know who's above the Seeker. I don't know who started the game, but I know one thing, and one thing clear. Loki, Baril, Kalani, Tybalt, Morningstar, Abigail, Machina, all of us from your previous life are here to take you back with us. You'll return back to Bloast, back to dust, back to the mud we live in. This is where you three would meet.
Alright. You would see 07 sitting on a carcass that he unhooked, with his shotgun flipped to the side, half cocked and loading, looking to see if anyone really meets up or does even got the signal.
Jens would rush up before getting to a halt. Therefore, what has happened here?
What is this Therefore you speak of? This same bartender guy told me about this guy. What the fuck are you talking about? Jens.
So that is the name.
Yes. That's
Pardon
your
me.
name. Don't you not remember? You've been in this game, in this hunter exam, right? You need to get out of here. There's a door. He points behind them. Is
You'll have
B
to
with
pardon
you?
me for the time being. These are
I'm here. I
Confusing
just went a little bit
times.
past. Yeah.
All right, boys, get out of here. There's something not right about this place. And also,
You don't say.
some reason why. You know what happened to the guy that I shot?
Oh, he just eviscerated.
You would see a fucking smile and like him doing like an arm pump downwards, like yes, as he would just get up from the carcass and start leading you towards the door that he saw. Yeah, of course, he would just not be running. He would just be walking towards there. Honestly, he's just tired of running.
And in a maze of traps, how certain are you of this door you found?
Well, pipe bomb does many things, but illuminate area, it does. As he starts walking towards this door, does it come in view? Or is there something in between?
I have a question. Faith,
What do you
friend,
want?
my buddy. You remember those mushrooms? What would end up happening is this reddish sort of portal would open in front of you guys as you continue towards the door, therefore. Stepping out would be this long, lengthy, spore-like creature. One with a short sword in this sort of Japanese-like clothing. I wonder, Faith, do you remember in the library what happened that night?
I was there too, by the way.
I know.
Seeing this red portal just come into fruition and seeing those spores rising back, he would immediately hop back, trying to remember what kind of concoction this is before realizing that
As the red cap would step out of the portal, you would see the spores float down from inside, the humanoid figure drawing the curved blade on its side, holding it down and to the right as the sort of baggy, wavy clothes would begin to sway left and right, as if though it were in wind.
you. What are you doing here?
Gotta
Most of them
say,
would look to
that
his
was some grade A fertilizer. Surprised you never figured out it was me, though. I was testing you from the start.
Gun.
Gun? Gun? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. As he fumbles with his holster on the right. Huh?
Click. You've fired off your whole magazine by now.
I said I was reloading on the fucking carcass.
I do not remember this. How many bags? I gave
I
you
remember
one
this.
extra mag, right?
Yeah?
Okay, so yeah, these are your last bullets then. Okay. My bad.
Yeah. You're good. He does fumble with it, with the gun, and he looks at Faith, at B. He doesn't remember. Vision's getting blurry a little. Wait, we fucking know this guy? Wait, you know this guy?
Just fucking shoot it already.
Alright, man. As he lifts this gun at him. What the fuck do you think that sword's gonna do? As he just bang. 10 gauge buckshot goes out. 10 pellets ring out. Do you want me to roll?
Ozzy, would you go ahead and roll me
Darkness?
prosperity?
What?
Just flat? I have 4.
No modifiers on the other.
Okay. The luck has ran out for that character, boy.
Interesting. That wasn't for the mushroom.
Oh, shiza.
This one, however, is for the mushroom.
Fuck.
Interesting. As the buckshot would ring out, you would hear clear metal on metal contact as dropping to the ground would be 6 of the pellets. As you see most of the other pellets from the shotgun rip through parts of the mushroom, leaving spores on the wall and floor behind it, as it sort of kneels for a moment before standing back up. It has a little wobble in its stance.
Well, that's the best I could do. You got fuck. I'm not wasting any more ammo on you guys. He puts the shotgun away and pulls out the knife. I'll let y'all have a turn.
Does he Did I notice anything in his stance that is compromised?
He's got a wobble. Can't stand straight very well. It's not any specific part of his body.
Can I roll sense?
4.
See if I can predict what his next move would be.
That, well,
Or would that be cognition? I can't tell.
predicting its next move. That would be a tactile check.
Oh, tactile? Where's my tact? Okay. Eighty.
It intends to stand there. It is not attacking you, it is acting as a guard for something. Or maybe it's stalling for time.
And how wide is the hallway?
Oh, it goes as far left and as far right as you can see. But it's standing in front of that door.
Pandor Jens is
I
gonna
would start encircling it. Going behind meets just circling it, trying to provoke something.
To its left or its right?
Swaying left, right, maybe more left, maybe more right, just in a wave, in a bit of a random jiggle pattern.
What is Candor doing?
Pandor Jens is going to take a glance over his shoulder and look down the hall.
Damn it. As you take a glance over your shoulder, you can see faint shadows, the same ones that were on the hooks, as just out of the very, very slim sight you get, you can see one of those bodies that was on a meat hook hop off and touch the floor.
Being surrounded, it would the thing would say back. Before he would spin his staff, now realizing its actual weight and effectiveness, readying at the back of the group and looking down the hallway, keeping a vigil for anything approaching.
So there's stuff coming all around us, not through the door.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 07/therefore would start beginning to move just like B is. But of course going on the opposite side. You get behind this man. This mushroom.
You are attempting to get behind it.
I'm trying to just flank it by using B as a distraction.
How wide are you going?
Maybe 15 feet.
B, how wide are you going?
I'm going about 10 to 20 feet. I'm just straying in, out, in, out.
Can I get a more precise
Just catching
number
the
than 10 to
attention.
20?
What'd you say?
Can I get a
Precise
more
number.
precise number than 10 to 20?
Give it about equal distance to how 07's doing.
So we're just gonna go with a generous 15. Nothing would happen.
Yes. Would he still stand his ground, or would he start
He's
looking at one of
standing his
us?
ground, almost touching the door.
Alright.
However, the things that would be moving, in Candor's vision, is more bodies would be hopping off of hooks and almost shambling their way over. You can only see the shadows.
Is there anything in the hallway other than the immediate corpses coming toward me? Like any debris, any chairs, any furniture, etc.
There would be a few strewn across meat hooks on the ground. There would also be... Let me look
Are
at
there
the
meat
map.
hooks above us right now?
Yes. Empty ones.
Okay. Awesome. Kandor is going to move his arm around and gather them up on the... Oh, what's the word? He is going to gather those motherfuckers up. I don't know how to put this. He's going to gather them up, wrap the pole around the front side of them, and then rear them back so there's tension on them.
Allow me to describe the meat hooks a little bit more. Around you, there is a couple bunches of small ones that are meant to, how you say, string across the entire cut of meat, like 6 or 7 of them to suspend it in air. And then there's the big Dead by Daylight ones that are meant to go through the entire body and hold it in place.
So are they attached by a chain that I could pull?
Yes. But you cannot see
The Dead by
ceiling.
Daylight ones. Okay. Still, I'm going to take the pole. I'm going to take these chains by their hook end. I'm going to put the pole essentially right above the hook and start stepping backwards. And as I step backwards, am I able to get a good amount of tension on them to where if I let go, they would launch forward?
Oh, I see what you're doing, like a band.
Yes, like a slingshot.
You would pull against the metal chains as you would feel them stretch a bit, sort of pulling them down into the side from the ceiling. They weren't built to be at an angle like this. You are able to stress tension on this, yes.
I am going
Takes all
to
your muscle,
take some. So these other meat hooks that aren't dropping down from the ceiling, could you give me a better idea of what exactly they are? Because I'm still not entirely certain
So there's
what
two,
you meant by those.
there's 2 different types of hooks, like smaller ones
Sure.
that come down from the ceiling in like multiple chains. So one chain that splits off into like 6 or 7 that are meant to go in different parts, like ribs. And then you have the big, meaty ones. They both
Yes,
come
where
down
are they?
from the
Where are these? The first ones, where are they extending from?
ceiling.
They're both coming down from the ceiling.
yeah,
So
they're
I could
both coming
theoretically
down.
also drag the rib hooks into my my band.
Yes.
Okay, I pull them all into a band. I'm going to move some in such a way where they're being pulled a little bit more to the left or to the right. So much so that when I let them go, we're gonna get pretty much a band reaction where slingshotting forward will be the main meat hooks going forward, a set of rib hooks going forward toward down the center, and then probably like 2 sets either side that go to the left or to the right, and if they don't hit anything, they'll ricochet and stagger back toward the center of the room.
You are able to do this. You can see your muscles bulge out of your skin as you're putting so much pressure behind these. You can even see the metal turning slightly white on your rod.
If I was to be stuck in any flesh, I suppose this will do. And he stands at the ready, watching for The Walking Dead Season 8 to drop.
As you would see one of the shadows, one in the far back, just barely in sight. It would shove one of these lumbering shadows to the side, pushing it and pressing it against the ground with a solid thud. As you would hear, Candle, put those toys down. Why don't you?
You gotta
Wait.
go.
Say that again?
Candle, put those toys down, why don't you?
Okay. This is coming from all around me again?
You can see the shadow where it's speaking from, but yes, the voice itself is coming from all around you.
Kandor ignores the voice and instead uses one hand reaching over to prop the pole, while taking one specific hook and dragging it back by his hand. get extra at the ready.
Really? Boring. It would stand there and let the other bodies walk forward. As
How many bodies?
one of them
How
would...
many are we talking right now?
You would see maybe 10, 12 shadows. One of them would step close enough to where you're visibly able to see it. It would be rotten, though you would see no blood or scabbing or anything like that. No, these were bled bodies. You would see nicks out of their body as if they were being chewed on from creatures like bugs or insects, or maybe even something a little bit bigger than that, like coyotes. They seem to be just regular people you would see on the street. Actually, you remember seeing that guy in a bar with Edwin once. Or maybe you remember seeing that guy where on one of your shopping trips picking up supplies for the ship, you remember that guy was buying some toilet paper at this convenience store.
Andor looks through these locomotively. They are of no real concern as he speaks outward. Hunter of the Carrion, if that is you, speak to me now.
Hunter of the Carrion, is that what you said?
Yes, if I recall correctly, this guy was a carrion hunter, right? Okay.
Come on, you've heard my voice. You know me. Hey, fellas.
I am well aware of you, and specifically your occupation. That is truly you. Would barter to question why you decide to play along with some foul creature's game instead of hunting it for your own glory. It fits in the value of your hunter's society.
I think you misunderstand me. It is not a creature that is leading us. No. In this situation, you're the ones in a caged environment, aren't you?
Kendor doesn't say anything to that. Okay, he just stays silent and continues to hold his shit.
All right. We'll look over to the other two. What are you two doing around that mushroom?
Alright. We have phased up the plan of action. 07 is just gonna give B a simple nod of just agreement of some sorts. Without saying a word, 07 would pull out the gun again and start running towards mushroom.
You would start
As
running at it?
He would be running at it. He would probably get within probably 9 or 8 feet before stopping and taking a shot, while B here.
I decided to rush in full force was my knife in front, intending to bisect it.
So to be clear, from the left of the mushroom, B is going in, and from the right of the mushroom, 07 is going in with his gun.
Yep.
And as the angles are, I shouldn't hit him because we're not directly doing 90 right. It's like 45. That's what I described because we're not on the wall, right?
You are on a wall.
Fuck!
Yeah, because the mushroom is standing right in front of the door.
And then, obviously,
Okay, so
07 would not be at the wall and try and angle it towards the door, kind of.
Okay.
Right? So he wouldn't. So B wouldn't be in the line of fire. He doesn't want to hit B with a stray fucking buckshot. Because obviously, Candor is behind us, having some kind of problem. 07 doesn't want to be there much longer.
I'm gonna need y'all to roll me 2 flat D100s.
I will roll that myself.
Interesting.
Let me roll this. Give me a minute. the hundreds, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Interesting. Interesting.
Dang, what the fuck?
Shut the fuck up.
you stole all the luck, my gamer. How dare you?
All right. How does this play out in my head?
B, you're coming in from the same 45-degree angle, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. As you two would attempt this pincer maneuver, 07, you beginning to rush in with the buckshot. I would say you're a little bit spatially unaware at the moment, wouldn't you?
Yep, I would say so. He's focused on that man and trying to get through that door.
The same way in which Faith had tripped earlier, you would trip on this pile of flesh as your body would jolt upward and then downward for a moment, your buckshot firing in the air as you trip forward. As you would get in range, the mushroom would reach forward with the blade, though still a little bit staggered and still a little bit weak. You would feel as the top layer of skin on your forehead and hair would be chopped. And begin.
I have a mask that is made out of aluminum on my head.
You are so correct. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you kind of forgot about that, right?
On your head, but does it go over
On
your
my
forehead?
face area.
Does it go
but-
over your forehead?
Yeah, it goes up to the forehead. It goes up to the hairline.
Does it go over your forehead?
No.
No? So then, yeah, he still skinned the top of your head.
Yeah.
He has a big head.
So yeah, he doesn't hit anything vital, but you got a haircut and he skinned you still. It hurts like a motherfucker, but it's not vital.
How close am I?
How
By the way,
close are
as
you?
I fall.
You were intending to be 9 foot, but since you tripped forward, you'd be 6 foot. As now
Alright.
it is walking towards you. This is where B, you have to make the decision. Do you continue with your run and chase after the guy with the sword?
So by the time he starts walking, how close am I to him?
By the time the mushroom starts moving, you're the same distance as when you started. As when you started running and when 07 started running, the mushroom made a move on 07. So you're the same distance from where you started.
Am I behind the mushroom now, or am I still side?
Since you came in at a 45-degree angle and it started moving towards him, humor me for a moment. Take your hand at a 45-degree angle at a straight hand.
You're 90.
You're at
He's
45.
90.
So if it moved 45 to the right, you're directly on its left, which is its sword arm.
Oh yeah, how much damage am I taking for this?
You don't have health.
I don't?
There isn't health in the system.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it hurts like a motherfucker. That's the damage you take.
How
Got it.
long would it take me to realize that guy moved?
You would realize it in the same second. Your reaction speed isn't that slow, is it?
I don't think so. Let me. What deals was
Cognition.
cognition? It's a 5. So
Yeah, your reaction speed is not that slow. You'd realize it probably in the same second your foot places first on the ground.
I would instantly turn and try aiming for the arm. Having that same brace.
Oz, what are you doing as the top of your head gets skinned and you begin to taste the floor?
I'm assuming with my lever action, I can't reload and shoot him again, right?
That would be a very
Before you hit him
awkward
again.
moving from the ground.
All right, I still have the knife in my other hand, right?
Correct?
I like to chuck this fucking knife at him.
Roll me! What
What do I want to make you roll? Dead ass, roll me determination.
Term? Ah,
Roll me
shiz.
determination. You're throwing this shit from the ground. That is an awkward as hell throw. And you just got the skin off your head.
Go,
Okay,
baby!
That's not bad at all. What would end up happening is, in the same motion as you're falling, you take your left hand up, and almost in this completely fucking, like a baseball, you would toss it as... Where were you aiming?
I would aim for his left shoulder to make his sword not be able to move.
That is a really horrible angle to throw at, as when you
Okay,
try
fine,
to
fine.
aim
I'll
for his
throw at his
shoulder-
stomach.
When you try to aim for his
Throw his-
shoulder, you aim lower than that due to, well, having to aim up regardless, as it would land into its belly and with the rotation of the blade cut out, making it limp on its left for butcher vanity. When you are coming up in order to take its shoulder and it limps down and to the left, your knife goes clean through its cheek and out the other side of its face. Like a skewer mushroom.
Can I roll humanity to see how many times I take advantage of his limping state?
What?
Or no, not humanity. Can I roll sanity to see what my next action does?
Oh, you want me to play your character? Yeah, roll
Does that
sanity.
take advantage of this man?
Roll sanity if you want me to play your character. You got 3 under the threshold I wanted you at. Potato. In this next moment, it is almost like a blur. You see red for this singular second as when you see your knife plunge into its left cheek and all the way through, instead of stabbing multiple times, no. Are you using your left or right hand with the knife?
I would be using my right.
I thought so. As your body would twist inward, your left hand would grab the mushroom cap by its rim, as you would pull down, your right hand going out and in, as you sever its head through its jaw, pulling back by the teeth as it goes. Your left hand now has a mushroom cap in hand.
You would hear from the ground. Hey! Oh, fuck! God damn it, that hurts. Do you mind helping me up as he would hold out a hand?
At the end of this blinding rage that I've succumbed to, I would gladly sheath my blade away, now having the front basically decapitated. Is he like just full dead limp? Is the mushroom just full dead limp? Hello? Polygon? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
He probably had to go do something.
Okay. He's in the same house as us, so I don't know what he's doing.
You like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain. If you're not in the yoga, like the taste of
Alright,
champagne.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to take a call from my father.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask, is he confirmed dead?
You have his head in your hand.
Cool. So I would. Can I just stuff this head right into his body?
You absolutely may, as you begin to break parts of the mushroom cap that are very, very brittle now that it's severed from the main body. As you begin to stuff it into the jaw of which was the mushroom, you see spores spread around on your hand and out onto the floor. You jam it into the throat of the creature, breaking off whatever doesn't fit. As it goes and leans forward and limps down. This is where our perspective swaps over to the likes of Jens Brunstedt.
Hi.
Jens.
Jens continues to stand vigil, looking down the hallway, see if the Walking Dead is coming.
I was just about to mention, this is when 1, 2, 4, maybe 6 of them would enter your vision, more and more of the people in which you had begun to recognize.
Candor, being Candor, present, sets aside the notion that these were once people he knew, specifically alluding them to conjurations to settle his mind, as he simply now sees them as corpses, hobbling forward, and lets it be that simple for himself. And as they continue to hobble forward, 6 or so, he lets more come into view. His hand tightening on the pole.
10. Most of the shadows hadn't come out now, except for, well, 2. The big burly man in which you had known to be the likes of the Carrion, and this smaller figure that steps into the light, but not close into the light. This would actually be an abnormality. You wouldn't recognize this one. They were almost in royal-like attire. They had braided white hair that fell down their shoulders, otherwise having this short hair. They had this very muted, sort of monochrome color palette. Gray on white on black on gray on white and black. Shiny metal, sort of royal attire, as previously mentioned, with this fur coat over them. They stood, staring. Not rotten.
Gonna let the corpses get a little closer. Closer.
As while you take in the sights of this man, and as they shamble forward, the first one begins to lift its arm, reaching out to that subtle flesh of this male stripper.
And that's the kicker, John. Candor is going to immediately pull a very swift maneuver, utilizing the weightlessness of Jens's body in comparison to his own. He's going to quickly shift his hand over to the left of the pole before ripping it out from the side of the chains, while in the same motion, ripping his right arm over to gather all the chains into his shoulder. Now, while it is going to tear a little bit against Jens's skin, he's going to plant the pole on the ground and then bungee himself backwards to give them even more tension before sending them forward.
In this whiplash motion, what would end up happening, you would fly forward as, yes, you are correct, the whiplash would take a chunk out of your shoulder, the clothing and a little bit of the flesh being...
I don't think you understand.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just, so you know, like your inner, oh god, did I say shoulder? I'm way too tired. So I'm gathering them at essentially right on the inner side of the elbow. So I'm kind of just bundling them all up at like my elbow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
And so basically I'm bringing the pole back, using Jens's left arm to pull myself forward and kind of jump upward back toward behind me. And while they're all bundled up in my shoulder, I'm then going to let go while landing on the ground and keeping the one that I had in my hand.
You would hear the...
But the others are going flying.
You would hear the rip of metal as the chains would be just ever so slightly released one by one as it would whiplash against your skin. You can feel a welt and a bit of a bruise in between your rib and your arm, but that was much less damage than you were dealing. As each of the chains fire outward and upward, you would see as the smaller bunches of chains would wrap in between this guy's one cheek, jaw, go into his eye and up into his nose as it would rip apart the skin, pulling the dude back by his skull as he would come up back and begin to rest on the ground. One of the bigger meat hooks going through someone's jaw and up into their brain. You can see the exposed part come out of the back as it begins to leak a little bit of matter. This similar process would repeat 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. All of these shambling close people. One of the chains that were fired, you would see this, well, royal figure that you could barely see in the darkness would catch the chain, sort of tugging against its tension, almost tripping forward before they would release it and try to send it back at you. Though because of the step back you took, it would simply wave up and past your face, giving you a little
As it waves
kiss of
past my
wind.
face, Pandor is going to stickle the arm out and grapple that shit by the chain out of nothing but spite
You absolutely
and stare down the shadow. If only my girls could see me now.
I bet you
He says to
your
himself.
wolf, Spider.
Not as much as I miss the thrill of the hunt. He says as he is going to drop his hand from this chain, bring the pole back around with a quick spin using Jens's natural ability with it, and bunt it forward by slamming the pole ice end into it, giving it that slightly frosted effect that chills it like winter ice as it sends flying forward toward the shadow again.
As you get into this game of tug of war, you would send it forward, the chain freezing for a moment as it would actually go through the thin metal. When the chain tries to bend again, it would break off as you send multiple of these smaller meat hooks at the guy, and he would catch 2 of them with the 2 free hands, but the other 4 would go into various parts of his skin, not able to snap back, no, like fish hooks going through his cheek, going through his shoulder, in his royal garb, and even stacking into the skin of his sternum, as there was no blood. There's very little reaction. You could see a scowl and a bit of a wince in his eyes, but
As,
attempts.
may I take another move?
You may.
Well, he's staggered from this. Seeing this effect, Jens Kanstedt is going to sprint forward, spinning up the staff again before doing a full body rotation, whipping it around, and slamming it into another one of the meat hooks that landed further forward in the rotation of corpses, attempting to spike yet another volley toward the shadows.
You are absolutely able to do so, as in the middle of the stagger, he has very little reaction time, as when you do so, this flies out with much more force than the other one. You would see the lumbering shadow, the man of the orc, step in front of this royal figure, as you could see the clear green rotted skin. This man was dead, just as dead as you had saw him previous. You could see the hollowed out parts of his cheek where a bullet had ran through. You can see needles in his body. You can see a blunt force wound in his chest. Just this indent of your previous metal hand. As all of the chains frozen would slam into the orc hide and sort of rattle off.
Now, to be clear, Kandor is sending volleys at these guys one at a time for a purpose, and to that I'd like to ask, while he is distracting the Shadow Men, what is going on with my fellas near, the door?
So this is by the time that the mushroom just straight up died, right?
Yes.
After helping up
To the
07,
hall, John Kandor is just going insane.
as he helped him up, where is he? Where's Jens?
So basically, as he helps him up, or as you help him to his feet, you see the beginning of what I described a moment ago, with Jens releasing the chains, and only a moment later, seemingly beginning to send icy volleys down the hallway at something that I assume is out of their current vision, if it's as bleak in my vision as it was.
Okay.
07 is
Basically, Candor is fighting shadows.
Yeah. As soon as 07 gets up, by the help of B, he reaches over to this mushroom man and pulls up a knife, looking back to this spectacular form of chains and ice projectiles going out. Oi, Candor! You need to get the hell out of here. The guard's gone. Door's open.
You don't say!
As
He would
starts
look back
going towards the
and
door.
nod toward you.
How heavy is the door?
Can we open it?
God damn it.
All right.
God damn it. Is he serious?